Welcome to Creator's Edge Studio. In this episode, we're going to talk about Make Comics or Die and inspiration from Stan Lee. And this is material that I'm excited to hear about because you've been holding this for this episode. I haven't heard any of this, and I'm so excited to hear what you're going to say. So here's my question. It's Make Comics or Die. What do you mean by that?
Last year I had to have two surgeries, and
This is brain surgery, right?
well, it's skull surgery. Stan Lee had written to me.
Welcome to Creator's Edge Studio. I'm Tom Marcoux, feature film producer, director, screenwriter, and novelist.
And I'm Jon Colton, creator of coltoncomics.com and writer of Paul Bunyan versus Dracula.
So here's my question. It's Make Comics or Die. What do you mean by that?
Last year I had to have two surgeries for cranial hernia,
Okay,
and
this is brain surgery, right?
it's skull surgery.
Gotcha.
It involves exposing the brain but not chopping up the brain. That,
Close enough.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. Before the surgery, I had some serious headaches. I was
Oh,
leaking cerebral spinal fluid out of my head.
oh, geez.
And when I was in recovery, a lot of the nurses were like looking at my chart and they were like, "What is this about? What is this?"
Mm. Hmm.
But when I first got diagnosed, I did the classical mistake of Googling your medical condition, and
Yes.
I was trying to figure out what the percentage of people who survived the surgery was.
Right.
And the first thing I came across said 60%. And I was like, well, that's basically a coin toss. Not super uplifting information. It all makes you think about what you wish you would have done. Like, I had done conventions, I'd brought my portfolio,
Hmm.
I had met with Disney and some of the big studios.
Hmm.
I got what was honestly good news and good feedback,
Hmm.
because a lot of times I would get a business card from an editor,
Ah,
and
yes.
they would say, "Hey, keep sending me samples,
Hmm.
and send me samples every month."
Hmm.
But you have a choice, because you only have so much time
Right.
in the day. And for me, the choice was, well, do I work on samples and send them in every month, hoping to get this one opportunity maybe, or do I take overtime that's already available?
Mm.
Because I got to pay my bills this month. So
Because
I
you have
was
four
always,
kids.
yeah,
You have
yeah.
you have four kids. Yeah.
So it was always taking the overtime and
Hmm.
not working on any of the comics. I did a count
Hmm.
this month. I think I have about 75 graphic novels that I want to write and finish it
Excellent.
before I die. I needed to make comics, and I needed to make my comics. It starts with when I'm a kid
Hmm.
and how much comics meant to me. My dad was in the Air Force, so I grew up on military bases all over the world.
Hmm.
We were stationed in the Philippines, Germany, Spain. There was one store on base, which
Hmm.
was the bookstore next to the BX. I remember getting a He-Man Masters of the Universe comic, some other kids' comics, stuff like Top Dog
Hmm.
and Planetary.
Hmm. Gotcha.
It was a cartoony comic that Marvel put out. The escapism was just so great, and it got me into reading. Started going to the comic shop regular
Right.
and started picking up X-Men, Captain America, and even a few DC books from time to time,
Just a few.
but mostly Marvel.
Okay. Around that time, you were introduced to Superman, right?
That was one of the few DC books I did pick up. One of my favorite artists and writers, John Byrne, had done a book that I was getting every issue called West Coast Avengers, which was about the Avengers, the branch in Los Angeles
Ah.
that was led by Hawkeye and had the Scarlet Witch and the Vision, some familiar characters, and then
Hmm.
some other lesser known characters. The Supermans that I bought were the John Byrne issues,
Gotcha.
because I was starting to learn that there are different names and styles. It's actual people that make these.
Yes.
And my dad was stationed in Kuwait and United Arab Emirates for the first Gulf War,
Mm.
Desert Storm, and he was away for about a year. I think 3 or 4 months into his deployment, I drew a picture of Captain America
Ah.
in a letter that I wrote to him. Just wanted to send him some encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably a month, maybe 6 weeks goes by, and I get a letter in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
The letter that I got said it was from Marvel Entertainment out of
Wow.
Los Angeles. And I open it up, and there's a card inside that says, "Here you go, Jonathan, from Stan to you." And my dad had sent my drawing in a letter to Stan Lee.
Wow.
And Stan Lee, and I'll show it to you now.
Mm-hmm.
Stan Lee had written to me and sent me my drawing back. And he wrote on it, "To Jolly Jonathan, great drawing, Excelsior, your pal Stan Lee."
Wow, I'd never heard that before, and I've known you for years. Oh man, I'm glad to be hearing this. And hey, let's hear from the man himself, Stan Lee.
But my publisher came to me and he said, "Stan, I want you to come up with another superhero." So I said, okay, went home and I saw a fly crawling on the wall. And I said, hey, if I could get a superhero that could stick to walls and crawl on them, man, that would be cool. So I thought that was good. Now I needed a name. So I said, well, let's see, Fly Man, Mosquito Man. I got down to Spider-Man. Spider-Man. It just sounded dramatic. So, okay, I had my hero. I had his power, his name. And then I figured, just for fun, I'm going to give him personal problems. Then I thought I'd make him a teenager, because there were no teenage superheroes that I knew of at the time. So armed with all that wonderful material, those great ideas, I ran into my publisher's office and I told him, this was my reaction, the reaction he gave me. Stan, that is the worst idea I have ever heard. First of all, people hate spiders, so you can't call a hero Spider-Man. You want him to be a teenager? Teenagers can only be sidekicks. And you want him to have personal problems? Stan, don't you know what a superhero is? They don't have personal problems. Well, I left the office disappointed, but obviously a much wiser man. And I couldn't get Spider-Man out of my system. So we were about to kill a magazine. I think it was called Amazing Fantasy. Just to get it out of my system, I put Spider-Man in Amazing Fantasy, featured him on the cover, forgot about it. A month later, all the sales figures came in. My publisher came racing into my office. Stan, you remember that character we both loved so much, Spider-Man? He said, let's do him as a series. Now, why am I telling you this? If you have an idea that you genuinely think is good, don't let some idiot talk you out of it.
Now, those are immortal words from Stan Lee, and I stand with those words. There's so many people in my life, and you'll probably tell us some more about something about there have been people in your life, they don't get it. They just don't get it, and they don't support. And they could be family members, or they could be friends in our circle, or something like that, and they don't get it. But don't let yourself be talked out of it. Now, you got fired up. You got to make your own comics. In fact, one of your own comics that's coming out soon, and people can get involved with making it happen, is Three Brothers Gruff. Let's take a look at that. You know, if Stan Lee was still with us, and if he had a way to see that Three Brothers Gruff and know that he was the inspiration for you to be making comics right now, I think he'd send you another letter. I think he would. I think he would support you. I think he would say Excelsior, and I think he would celebrate the spirit that he brought. It's make comics or die, and you, the viewer of this, can become part of Three Brothers Gruff. You can go to the link right here, and you can actually join the campaign to make it happen. And you can support my good friend Jon in making comics. And, you know, just to pull this all together, you got clear, as many people do. If your life is on the line, what am I going to do with my life? Whatever time we have is shorter than we want. And you got to be fully alive. And what I get from this is to be fully alive, you got to make comics.
Hey, Tom. Well, thanks for letting me talk about my experiences and how Stan Lee inspired me, and about how those dark points in my life, I kind of realized I had to make comics or something inside of me was just going to bust. And you too are also a creative mind and spirit and one heck of a writer.
Thank you.
Can you tell me something about the online course that you've been working on lately?
Thanks, Jon. And you, the viewer, there's something that you want. Some way you want to shift your life to another level, to a higher level. And you're probably not accessing a part of you, a power that's hidden inside you. And this is a power that Jon accessed when he got his first comic book out there. And this is a power that I've accessed when I've made feature films. It's this power to communicate and build your circle, and build it based on trust. Get people to trust you and want to work with you and want to help you, because one individual is stoppable, but a community is unstoppable. Community conquers with hope, kindness, and resources. And that's what my course can do for you. Help you create that trust, help you communicate so well you build your circle. My course is The 7 Secrets of Your Unstoppable Power. Now, people have gotten so much value. I've worked with so many audiences, thousands of people, thousands of students, over 5,000 students.
And it was the most delightful and entertaining and knowledgeable presentation I've ever had the chance to listen to.
He's very skilled.
I'm excited to tell you that I just won the grand prize at the Igniter Summit here in Bangkok, and my heartfelt gratitude to Tom Marcoux for giving me those essential tips.
Plus some new ideas that are sort of more modern and 21st century.
It was amazing. It has helped me solidify my thoughts. I feel like I have a better process now.
Really, really helpful. And I would recommend that everybody take a workshop with Tom. It will help you so much.
My best material is in this course. You'll be able to solidify relationships and to protect your team, yourself, and your family. Get this opportunity right now.
One of the scariest moments in my life was sitting in front of that keyboard, writing my first story, thinking I'm going to share this with the world. And that surprised me. You know, the other things that have surprised me are just how good it feels waking up in the morning with purpose and knowing that we're doing what you were due.
Absolutely. We here at Creators Edge Studio, we support creators doing what you were born to do. And we want to thank you for your support. And please like and subscribe and talk to us in the comments below. Maybe there's something that you're working on and you want to let the people know in your comments below. And we really support that, and we support you. And thank you for supporting us. So we'll catch you in the next video. Be well.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom.